How did y'all meet?
Through Montclair State. I was in a jazz combo with Kyle, and he had a Green Day shirt on, and I was like, okay, like, this is probably vibe. So we just started hanging out, and then we started jamming together, and then when I wanted to, like, play the music out, I hit up Tim, who is a classical percussion major with me. We're both percussionists, so we kind of did some lineup changes, and we brought on Calix, who I had just seen around, and I knew they played guitar.
I got a DM one day, and I was like, Jack seems kind of cool. And since I've been the youngest member of the band.
And then Anthony and I were in something called the Popular Music Ensemble, and we were in a
like a little.
The three of us were in a little
together.
group together. That's where I met Anthony too.
Yeah, and then he just like shredded so hard, and I was like, okay, well, he's got to be in the band too. So I was in a band through middle school, like all the way through my first year of college, that we were like doing, and it was in like the Asbury scene, and so we were like taking that really seriously, and then the pandemic happened, and shit just kind of fell apart with them. But then I started writing my own music, which I was like not super confident in, and then I was like, fuck it, I just want to start a band and like do it, because I miss doing it. So it was kind of my intention from the start.
What would you say your genre is?
I think probably like the most real answer is like something like alt punk or like indie
Garage
rock.
pop.
Yeah.
I like calling it garage rock pop. Like I just think it's kind of funny.
I usually will gauge like the person I'm talking to.
Yeah,
Like if my
yeah.
barber asks me, I'll be like, it's in a similar vein to like The Strokes, if you know them. And they're like, oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And like if a musician asks me, I'll like kind of like break it down like we just did a little bit.
Yeah.
I think a lot of my writing is really subconscious, and then I like don't know what it's about while I'm writing it, and then afterwards I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of what I was going for.
Normal I like a lot because like Jack was saying, she just wrote it like with an acoustic guitar and then brought it to us, and then we kind of added a little bit of like our own
It's better
stuff.
a lot.
So it was, so like Jack had like the core of the song, and we kind of like added all the stuff around it. So that one feels like, I don't know, that one feels like very communal, and there's like this whole like shouty section where we're all saying the lyrics, and I don't know, that one's fun.
I think the cool thing for me for that song is like I've never, since I was like the most recent member, so I learned all the other bass lines and whatnot. Normal was like the first song I really got to do my own bass line for it, so it was really fun to like actually craft something for that song.
And it's kind of like what being in a band is about, kind of in a way. Because like at first, well for me personally, it was like starting off, I was like, okay, I'm just playing what Jack tells me to, like I'm cool with that, like I don't know what like I could contribute. But then as we like get to know each other more and like grow into each other, we also grow as musicians, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So we kind of get to see each other flourish in that way. And it's really
Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah.
Well, I will write things and I'll be like, Kyle's gonna do his shit over this section. I could never do what he does. He's gonna kill it. I can just trust him to do that.
We were actually just talking about this yesterday. I was saying, I don't know if I know, obviously we know like Corey Wong is a guitarist from Voltbed.
yeah.
And he had an interview, and he was saying like sometimes people will call me into a session and just like do the Corey Wong thing, and like he has a thing, and like Kyle absolutely has
Kyle has his thing.
So coming down, like it feels like a high, like when you play, like truly.
Yeah.
But it's like this incredible adrenaline rush, and then like for me, after I feel like I blacked out for like.
Yeah.
Do you like tend to jump off stage when you perform?
Yeah, you do.
I do.
Yeah.
There have been a couple mishaps, but this
Oh,
one was
really?
safe.
There's a show in Connecticut where kids jumped off the stage and just fucking body slammed the girl.
I almost took 3 girls down.
And it was like,
so
that's
There's
so
just
much
a video. And then there's a
There
video.
it
camera.
was. It was.
I love performing for new crowds.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
wherever that is, that's always the most fun
Yeah.
because like they don't have expectations. So you just go out there and you just do your thing, you know? I don't know, there's something about playing for new folks that is just like really enjoyable.
When like the crowd matches your energy, no matter how big or small it is, it could be like 15 people or it could be 50. Like if they're matching your energy, like I love when people like get up in my face and we're like singing together, even if you don't know the songs or if you're doing a cover. So like it's definitely like the energy too that we can like kind of throw back and forth.
So what was the thoughts behind the autotune for today?
That's one of the songs that's coming out on the album, and the song is about the experience of being on the internet and what that feels like sometimes, and how
One of the greatest resources that we have as a human society,
Yes.
and also you can find shit posts and memes and like scroll on Twitter.
And genocide and
And
videos
yeah.
of terrible things
Yeah,
that are happening
exactly.
to people. And it is the craziest experience ever. And a lot of the times, I feel like the best way to describe that experience is by screaming into an auto-tune.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to this year?
I think the thing that is the most exciting is that we're releasing an album.
Girl clothes.
Girl Clothes.
Yeah.
The album is an embodiment of my first year of being out as a trans person and the crazy dichotomy of experiencing the most comfort you've ever felt in your entire life and also having so many relationships completely change where I have never felt confident about my body ever, and now I do. So that's like a crazy, amazing high. But I also like don't talk to my parents really in a way that I used to. The album itself has two really extreme sounds on it, and then there's the spectrum in between of just those experiences. Especially lyrically, it's some of the most personal writing I've ever done.
I really like listening to it because, you know, Jack will send us all the mixes and stuff. It does very much feel like I don't understand how like these songs came out of one person's mind. It could have been like two separate albums with like this is one concept, this is one concept, but it works better as one thing because you're talking about like that dichotomy is definitely reflected in just like the overall tones.
But it's also just fun. Like Jack just knows how to have fun.
And every single song is different. Like there's everything's got like a different chemistry to it and like a different complexity. So I think I don't know, it's just so much fun to play.
Yeah. One cool thing that I think we're doing too, or that Jack kind of like initiates, is like advocacy for trans folks.
Oh yeah.
And just like the queer community in general, because I feel like, I mean, for us, like, as like femme presenting people, like in the indie scene, it's definitely hard to find like a community in that sometimes, because yes, the indie scene itself is a community, but we can't tell you how many bills we've been on where we're like the only band that has like two girls in it, or like or even like people of color in it. Like we've been on so many bills where it's just like straight white men.
The Asbury scene was that,
yeah.
and I was so happy to be out of that.
Yeah.
With like a lot of the shows that are here are like more community driven than they are
and
elsewhere.
it's really cool to see like girl, like femme run venues and like queer run venues, POC run venues, like any mix of those, just because it's like it's everything to like see yourself represented on stage, whether like you're on it or off of it. So
I think that is like what I've been trying to do with us. Like I've been trying to like get us more involved in a community and like create like community things. Yeah.
And you can feel the difference between like being a queer person in a space where there are no other queer people, because you feel like you have to explain yourself every step of the way. And I think like it's just really nice to have more comforting spaces, and like as time progresses, it's cool to be on like all girl band bills and like things like that. It's just like it's so fulfilling too. Like it's comforting.
Like I grew up somewhere where there was only one trans person in my high school, so I didn't have access to any resources. So that's what I'm trying to do with the merch table. You'll see them. They're like a bunch of like flyers that are just like QR codes to shit that helped me a lot. We're always in these spaces where there's a bunch of young people, and it's like these are the people that need these resources. Like whether it's them personally or if they're gonna hang it up in a hallway or something, that someone will see it.
Sorry, I was just dropping my stuff off in here.
Yeah, please.
Hi.
Hello.
You guys had a really awesome set. You guys did really
Thank
well.
you.
Killer shit.
Thank you. We'll see you out there.
We'll see you guys.
See you soon.
See you soon.
DemFest.
Nothing like goes around through the record. I'm not gonna say anything fun, like, oh, what's your secret? Yeah. But this is not yours. Okay. So you good?
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll put it all out there.
Huh?
We'll put it all out there.